Hey people, this is Fernando doing another video for More Survivalists. I want to talk a little bit about something that was brought up in the comments. One of you guys, one of my viewers in Buenos Aires, said, dude, that wallet is just too bright, it's just too shiny, and it's gonna be getting snatched by a pibe chorro, which is like a street thug, a criminal. And you know what, he has a point. When stuff is, you know, like so visible, so bright, shiny, sometimes you don't want it to be that way. Sometimes you prefer to go unnoticed. And I can see the point about maybe being in the streets of Buenos Aires, paying for something in the downtown area full of people, you bring out your wallet, and it is gonna be more visible. This one's gonna be more visible than this other one, a darker earth tone or black wallet or a camouflage wallet or a digicam camouflage type of wallet. It is gonna be more visible. Now you may be wondering, how much of a difference would it really make? Is it gonna be the difference between me getting robbed, mugged or not? Well, to a point, probably yeah. I mean, the chances of that making the difference between getting the wallet snatched from your hands or not may be small, but it's still there. Of course, that if you're getting mugged in the street and someone puts a gun on you and says, give me your wallet, really doesn't matter what color it is, and that happens a lot in Buenos Aires as well. But I thought it's an interesting point that he brought up, how the difference between very visible and going unnoticed. Most of the time you see the stuff in terms of survival gear and the preparedness industry being offered in tactical colors and finishes. You see lots of digicam, you see lots of camouflage, you see lots of khaki, OD green. You see lots of that because it really sells well. It has that militaristic thing about it that prepper survivalists in general like. Sometimes it's correct, sometimes it makes sense. It's a good tactical decision to do that because sometimes you do want to go unnoticed. And it's not only a matter of looks and fashion, but it's a smart decision. Other times you want stuff to be very, very, very visible. That's a big contrast, especially when you look at some of the gear used by the guys in the different rescue teams or emergency disaster teams. They will have gear in general. You will notice that it's all very bright, all very shiny and very visible. Usually it's mostly red or orange or sometimes bright yellow as well. The gear they have, their first aid kits, they don't want anything get lost. They want everything to be very visible, recognized, not forget anything. If something gets dropped, be easy to find. Even the clothing that they use themselves is going to be very bright, very visible, because they want to be the exact opposite of the guy that wants to go unnoticed. They want to be noticed if they're being looked by their peers, if they get hurt during an operation and someone is looking for them. Really makes no sense. For example, if you go camping or go hiking, if you're dressed all in camouflage and blend with the environment like a ninja, something happens to you, people are looking for you, and you're basically impossible to find. Something similar happens when hunting. When people hunt in groups, you wear visible jackets so as to not get shot by accident. So that philosophy, I think it's interesting. The difference between the things you want to have visible, the things you don't want to be that visible. For example, for a cell phone case, in a high crime area, I would definitely go with something that is black or dark or not that visible, because it is a kind of thing that does attract attention and a very common crime in high crime areas like in Buenos Aires or some other countries having problems with crime. I know of people that got their cell phone robbed from their hands like 4 or 5 times a year. That's ridiculous. That's a good example of a place that has reached a point in the level of crime that they are seeing where you're not allowed to make mistakes. People that keep making those same mistakes keep paying for it. It's not the same thing walking around, you know, a nice small town in US without a care in the world, no problem. Robberies are a rare occurrence at all, if they ever happen, maybe years without one. Walking in the downtown area of Buenos Aires is a completely different story. The people that are not aware of their surroundings, that are not a little bit careful bringing up their stuff, you see it in ladies with their purse. It's always very close in front of them, very very close to their bodies. They're not swinging them around. They're pretty careful about that, because the minute you make a mistake, it's the minute you get robbed. You get hit by all the guys that are all around you all the time, looking for people that are distracted. So, interesting point that he brought up. I think that this viewer ended up erasing the comment. I think it was actually a good point. The difference between what looks good sometimes and appeals to people because it looks tactical, it looks cool, and what really makes sense for you. Of course, now that I'm no longer in Buenos Aires, that's not much of a factor for me. I'm not worried about my wallet being visible and getting snatched by a pibe chorro anymore because I'm not there. The chances of me losing my wallet or forgetting it, or if it falls somewhere and me missing it because of the color not being as bright, that's much more likely to happen than getting mugged in the streets of where I live now. But nonetheless, very interesting point, and thanks for bringing it up. Nice discussion. And that's it, guys. Now, maybe I'm splitting hairs here with all these details, but I suppose some of you would care about them. Guys, take care, have a great day, see you on our next vid.